Hi guys, Big Wendy here. Recently done a coaching video on for a Necrophos player, and one of the guy's major problems was last hitting. So I wanted to show you guys a measurable and consistent way to do last hit drills and practice your last hits. I want to see. Okay, we go to the Dota arcade. Go to browse, and you want this last hit challenge. You install it, and then we go play last hit challenge. And what this is going to do is it's going to put you in a basically one person versus creeps, but with no items. So this is going to be, you're going to hit, you're going to do virtually no damage. You're going to and it's just practice. It's literally just to practice last hitting. This isn't how I usually drill last hits because it's not quite realistic. It's the hardest last hitting is going to be in an empty lane because you don't have items to give you extra damage. But let me just show you this because it is very useful. Let's go Necrophos. Let's say I don't play Necrophos, but okay. So your 10-minute last hitting is really important. You need to be aiming for 50 last hits by 10 minutes. But I usually go 2.5 because if you can last hit well at 2.5, because it gets easier as the game goes on, you should be able to last hit through the rest of it. But try the 10-minute out a couple of times, see how many you can get.
And the plague.
So here we go. I've only got 46 damage, so I don't have the null talisman you have. This is going to be hard. This is going to be much harder for me than it was for you. Let's see how I can.
What a lot.
There we go. There's one. And I don't have any abilities either, but
plague
you see how you get this sort of glowy thing around creeps? It tells you when they're getting almost.
A pox upon you.
Okay, so I missed that one.
I moulder on.
Nope, too early on that one. You see, if I'd had the null, I think I'd have got that one, but this is why I kind of don't do this. But you can see how useful this. And too early again.
Forward.
Nope.
Yes.
Got that one.
You
Got that one.
Pestilence.
Not that one. Okay.
Quickly.
Really hard to last hit under tower.
Of course. Vector of infection.
If you don't know about last hitting under tower, it is something you should practice. A melee creep, what you need to do is count the tower hits. You want the tower to hit your melee creep 5 times, and then you hit it. There's still a little bit of judgment involved because the amount of your creeps hitting it can affect it. But if it's just melee creep versus tower, you want 5 times and then you hit it. A ranged creep, it really depends on how much damage you've got. If you have less than 80 damage, what you want to do is hit the ranged creep once first, then let the tower hit it twice, and then you will have a very short window after the tower hits it to then hit the creep yourself. But it's okay if you've got more than 80 damage. You only need to just count 2 hits from the tower and then hit it. But as I say, if you're less than 80, you've got to hit it once first.
I go.
Obviously, creeps that aren't quite on full health, it's a judgment thing. But once you know, see, I'm going to hit that once, wait for the second hit on the tower, and then hit it. So you notice the 2.5 minute game in this. It lets the creeps that had spawned die. I think it's kind of bugged a little bit. There's been an update recently. It should sort of drop me out of the game now. But that's that game mode anyway.
Comes the dark rot. Behold,
Won't let me
the
exit.
Pope of pestilence.
There we go. So that's a good way to practice your last hits. That's the hardest it's going to be to last hit. The reason I don't do it like that is because it's not realistic. It doesn't represent a game. The way I tend to do it is I'll go in a bot match, a solo bot match,
Welcome to Dota,
and I will
friends.
play the first 2 minutes of a game.
I'll pick.
So let's lock in Necro. Let's go your build. Tango's null. So we're against medium bots. We are against the Drow Ranger, so I really hope I get the Drow mid in this matchup. I'm not necessarily going to. Let's just skip ahead. We can skip ahead because we're solo against bots. The bots will give you the lane if you walk to it. I'm not going to get the rune. I'm deliberately not going to get the rune in this game because I'm not always going to get the rune. I can't guarantee I'm going to get the rune, and because this is to practice, I don't want the rune.
Of course.
What I am going to do is I'm going to get in position to block roughly where I would start my block after getting the rune. If you do, actually, I'm not going to block because in your skill level, most people don't block. I suppose I can show you one, but we'll do that another time. There's loads of videos on YouTube about blocking. Go and watch
30
a
seconds
blocking
to
video if you really want.
I molder on.
But this is basically it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to play the first maybe 2 minutes of a game. The reason I play 2 minutes is because on a lot of mid-heroes, bottle's good. It's not good on Necro, but I play a lot of mid-heroes that get bottle and have really bad last hitting animations. So I play against unfair bots, and I aim to get every last hit
No escape.
before 2 minutes, and that gets me an early bottle. You can actually get it about 1 minute 30 if you get every last hit. So there's no blocking at all. Oh, it's a pity the Chaos Knight's mid. But yeah, basically this is where, because he's melee, this is where Hot Stopper would be kind of good.
You're denied.
So I'm getting the heal from the enemy creeps and my own creeps. That's another thing. You didn't really deny in your game. You see how I'm getting, if I can last hit effectively, let's just take a little bit of damage.
I'll plague you. Here's pus in your eye.
Right, now normally I wouldn't right click the enemy creeps too much, but I don't want the creeps to push so far under my tower it's hard to last hit. So I am going to kill the second range creep. I probably should have killed a couple just to balance it.
Sweet spoil.
Okay, one. I tried for that. The reason I didn't hit it early is because the creeps were going to hit it for me.
Forward.
I had a really small window to get that one though. So we're going to go to, let's say, going to go to 2 minutes.
Deep breath. A galloping infection. With a hit.
And you notice I took the last hit then rather than chasing him off. That was because I don't want to chase him. I don't want to.
I run rancid.
I'm more concerned with making sure I get all this free heal. There we are, we're 2 minutes in. I have 8 last hits and 8 denies. And I don't play Necro, so okay, no excuses. I have 500 gold. I can now buy boots, which gives me a big advantage. I haven't really had to use my tangos. I should probably eat one about now. But that's 8 for 8. But this is just how you practice it. And now what I would do is I would quit this game, and then I would come back and I would do it again and again and again. And do this on medium bots first, because medium bots are the first level that will really attack you every now and then. So they start to behave a little bit like real players, and they'll attack you and they'll attack you and they'll try and harass you a bit. but they'll make mistakes and they won't harass you effectively and they'll overdive. So it's kind of like playing with real players. So play up to 2 minutes against medium. You don't necessarily need to get every last hit and deny, but just make sure you're getting almost all of them by the 2 minute mark. And I think there's 4, 8, 12. You want 16, so I got half of them. You want 16 for a perfect score. So try and get all of them. Then up the difficulty. Then go on to hard and come and do this again. When you can consistently last hit against unfair bots, and you can get almost every last hit, you are going to totally shit on players at your level. And it's not just about can you get the last hits effectively. It's about having practiced it enough that you don't have to really concentrate on it. Because if you're really concentrating on last hitting, you are not concentrating on what spells do the enemy have. Are they coming to gank me? Is he about to kill me? But if you can practice so that you can get those effective last hits without having to concentrate too hard, all of a sudden you're concentrating on positioning yourself to do extra damage with your death pulse, or you're concentrating on could I TP to a lane to kill someone, or you're concentrating on that person is coming to gank me and stuff like that. So by having practiced it and drilled it, I mean, literally go and spend maybe 10 minutes doing this. Do it 4 or 5 times in a game. Just practice it again and again and again, about 4 or 5 times, and then go into a normal game as Necrophos, and just see how much better you are just after practicing it 4 or 5 times. What you'll find is you have ridiculous farm compared to the enemy team, and you will just completely shit on them. You will just completely dumpster. You'll totally dumpster them. You will totally fuck them over big time. Try not to dive for kills too much when you're ahead like that, because a lot of the time making a bad decision about going for a kill can then throw away all that advantage you've got. If you have twice as much farm as the enemy, as the enemy's mid laner, and then you die to him, immediately he's caught up. So try and, unless you've got a super easy kill, don't go for it. Just carry on farming. Because if you can get this sort of farm advantage as a necro, basically what you want to do is you want to farm so well, deny so well that the enemy gets nothing, and then you don't need to kill them because they're useless. You turn up to a different lane, you kill somebody else, all of a sudden you're winning 2 lanes at least, and that's going to win you the game, usually. So, and that's all from just being better at last hitting. So go try it out. Let me know how it goes. Maybe do another video for you in the future. But yeah, go have fun. Let me know how it goes. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.